but it's like it's such an important way to start our practice, to settle in, sort of come into our space, and at the same time join with each other. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth, letting the morning go. 2 more times like that. Just breathe in, really fill up, feel your heart and your chest starting to warm up with the breath. And then exhale, let it go. Last time all together, fill it up, breathe in, feel the expansion. And then exhale, let it go. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears, roll them back, opening up more space to breathe here. Really feeling the spreading of your collarbones and the front part of that shoulder ball kind of opening up to the front of the room. Gently engage your core here. And let's just open up together with 3 ohms. The sound joining us and actually hopefully warming us up a little bit. So take a deep breath in all together. Sitting with that vibration, feeling it resonating up in your third eye all the way down to your toes. Starting to awaken your body, warm it up. And just sit with your breath for a few minutes. You start to engage that Ujjayi breath. Really honoring yourself here for taking the time, especially during this crazy season. It's extra crazy because of 2020. And just letting yourself be and move. Right, with no judgment, just knowing that being here is the most important part. Take 2 more rounds of breath here with your Ujjayi breath, focusing inward. 1 more deep inhale. Audible exhale with your mouth closed. Then gently start to blink your eyes open. We're going to start today in child's pose. So come toward the back of your mat. Join your toes together. Can you see and hear me okay? I just moved. Yeah? Okay, good. Awesome. Join your toes together, spread your knees. You can start the playlist if you have it and you'd like to practice some music today. And just settle into your child's pose here. Really let your hips sink back, let your chest fall between your knees. Feel the heaviness as it starts to stretch your back. Maybe walk your fingertips forward, not too active yet. Just start to feel the mat under you. Connect your third eye down to the ground. Right, making that powerful connection to our foundation. Breathing in and breathing out. Now start to lift your palms up off the mat. Come onto your fingertips. Extend your arms a little bit further forward as you press your hips back. Just finding a nice side stretch here. Equally up the left and right side of your body. Letting your breath take you a little deeper each time. And on your next inhale, start to walk your hands over to the right side. Keep your left sit bone grounded down. Really press down through the left palm. Stretching the side body, maybe taking your right hand and pressing your left hand a little bit to stretch a little deeper. Right, feeling that activation, kind of doing a self-adjustment here. The self-help part of yoga. 1 more breath here, stretch a little bit further. And then as you inhale, walk your fingertips back through center and just take it off to the left. Really plant your right sit bone, plant your right palm down to the mat. Stretch to the side. Maybe use your left hand to assist that press as you extend a little bit deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Come back to center here. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Let your forearms come to the mat. Then bend your elbows. Take your hands in prayer and take your prayer up overhead. Really press your elbows into the mat. Feel your armpits hollowing out here as you extend your triceps. Keep sinking back with your hips. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, press a little bit more into your elbows as you extend your arms. Exhale. Next inhale, stretch your palms back out in front of you and try to stay low as you just roll yourself onto your belly. Good. Setting up for a little sphinx pose here to warm up our back. So you want your elbows right under your shoulders, your arms are parallel here. Your feet are pressing into the mat, your hippos are pressing into the mat, and then try to like lift your navel up off the mat. So you're pressing down through your hippos, but you're engaging your core here. Pressing through the feet, isometrically dragging your arms back as your heart moves forward through your shoulders, gazing ahead, holding it here, keep everything active. I always say this, but this pose is so hard, even though it looks so simple, right? Because everything is engaged, pulling into the midline. Inhaling here, one more breath. Good, as you exhale, let your chest fall down to the mat. Walk your hands back by your rib cage. Press into the mat and just take a nice, easy cobra, lazy up dog here. Just opening up, lifting up, and then exhale, roll it back down onto the mat. One more time, inhale, keep your chin tucked, and then at the very end, lift your gaze up toward the sky. As you exhale, drop your chin, let your chest roll back down onto the mat. Good, from here, walk your fingertips out a little bit so you're tented out to the side here, just opening up the stretch a little more. Press into your fingertips, and again, just roll up. Keep your chin tucked, and at the very end, just roll it up, look at the sky, open your heart. Exhale, take it back down. One more time here. Inhale, roll it up, open up. As you exhale, come all the way back down onto the mat. Extend your right arm out to the side, so it's coming directly out from your shoulder. Palm is down to the mat, and just start to roll to the right, coming onto the right side of your body. You can leave your left palm down in the mat to open up your shoulder, or start to reach back if you're ready. Trying to join your palms behind you. They may or may not make it ever, or especially now because it's very early. Good, you can bend your left knee for kind of some balance here. Opening up, try to send your hips up toward the sky as you roll open. Relax your neck. Inhale here. And as you exhale, start to roll back through center, switching sides. So extend your left arm directly out from your shoulder, palm is down. Your left shoulder is down in the mat. And slowly start to roll to the left side. Take your right knee, bend it for balance here. Opening up. Inhaling here. You can relax your neck down. You can place a block under your head if it strains your neck. One more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, roll back to center. Walk your fingers back towards your ribs. Just take a nice, simple upward facing dog here. And then tuck your toes under. Send your hips back towards your heels. Come into this active child's pose for just a breath. Good, and then press into your palms in very slowly, keeping your knees bent as long as possible. Start to send your hips up and back toward the sky, making your way to your first downward facing dog. Good, setting it up, walking it out to where you're comfortable. Taking a few breaths here, good. Just feeling your palms pressing into the mat. Lift your fingers up, really feel all four corners of your palm pressing into the mat, extending all the way up through your side body. Your heels are falling down toward the mat. Inhale here. And exhale. Good, stay in your downward facing dog. Just come high up on your tiptoes here. Gently bend your knees. Send your chest back towards your thighs as you press your palms into the mat, extending your side body. Feel your sit bones flare up toward the sky. And then exhale, start to straighten your legs as your heels drop back down toward the mat. Good, inhale here to come high on the toes. Engage your core as you exhale, bend into those knees again, send your chest back, feel your arms lengthening. And then exhale, come all the way back down with your heels. One more time, high on your toes. Exhale, bend, really send your chest back as your hips shine up toward the sky. And then exhale, come back down to downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg up toward the sky, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip, and start to make those yummy circles like we always start class. Waking up the hips. Take it in one direction. And switching directions. Good. Straight leg or bent leg, yogi's choice here. Beautiful. Send your right leg all the way back up toward the sky. And this time, just come high up on your left toes. Gently bend into your left knee, similar to what we did in downward facing dog. Send your chest back towards your left thigh as you lift your right toes a little bit higher toward the sky. One more breath here. Next inhale, roll forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, gently place your right foot in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Come high on your fingertips, pull your heart forward through your shoulders. Rock back and forth, starting to warm up the hip. Beautiful. On your next inhale, press into your right foot, straighten your leg, just fold down over your right leg in this long pyramid. You can walk your hands out towards your toes. Keep pulling your right hip back and in. Maybe just lift your toes up off the mat. See what that feels like to really press into the ball of that big toe. See how it activates your leg all the way up to your hip. One more breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, bend back into your right knee, drop your left knee to the mat. Untuck your toes, sweep your arms up toward the sky, Anjaneyasana. Breathe it out. Tuck your tailbone a little bit so that you can protect your lower back. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your palms down to either side of your front foot. Straighten your right leg and slide it back into a half split. Take a breath here to lengthen your heart forward as you pull your right hip back and in. Exhale, fold it down. Breathe. Keep everything active. Keep pressing your right heel into the mat. Pulling it back isometrically. One more breath. Next inhale, bend back into the right knee. Keep your left toes untucked. And then, unless it hurts your knee, I want you to pressure the top of your left foot into the mat to lift your leg up off the mat. So we're in this lunge here. Your left leg is off the mat. You're pressing into like the toe row on the top of your foot here. Come high on your fingertips. Keep pressing into the foot as you pull your heart forward, stretching the whole front of the left leg. One more breath here. As you exhale, drop your left knee, tuck your toes this time, and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out for a breath. Next inhale, left leg reaches for the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip, and then start to make those circles. Maybe noticing a difference between the right and the left. Today I'm noticing it. I'll blame it on the cold. I don't know where it's from, but it's always good to have a reason, right? Good. Switch directions if you haven't. And on your next inhale, send that left leg up toward the sky. Take an extra breath here. Come high on your right toes. Gently bend into that right knee as your chest moves back. Left toes reach a little bit higher. And as you exhale, roll forward to plank. Hug your knee towards your chest. Exhale, drop your foot in between your hands. Come high on your fingertips here. Just rock back and forth for a breath or two. Lengthening the front of your right leg. Pulling your heart forward, gazes ahead. And as you exhale, start to press into your left foot here to straighten your leg. Take an inhale here to lengthen as you pull your left hip back. Exhale, fold it down. Good. Maybe lift your left toes up off the mat. Really press into the left toe ball there as you feel your whole leg activate. All the way up to your, like the hip crease. One more breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, bend back into your left knee, drop your right knee to the mat, untuck your toes, and sweep your arms up in Anjaneyasana, just opening up, right? Letting your heart lead the way. It's lifting up toward the sky. Gently tuck your tailbone under, protect your lower back. One more breath. Exhale, hands come down, straighten your left leg. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it down into a half split. Breathing here. Inhaling And exhaling. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing that left heel into the mat. Pretend you're dragging it back as you pull your heart forward. Maybe walk your fingers a little further forward. Exhale. Next inhale, then back into that left knee. Untuck your right toes if they're tucked. Really come up on your fingertips here for support, and then start to press into the top of your foot to lift your right knee up off the mat. Coming in this sort of awkward lunge or modified lunge here. Good. Keep pulling your heart forward. Try not to let your hips sink. Feel the opening in your right quadricep. Right hip crease here. Opening up, lengthening. 1 more breath. As you exhale, drop your knee to the mat, tuck your toes, plant your palms, step it back to downward facing dog. Inhaling here and exhaling. On your next inhale, come high on your toes, engage your core, start to walk your toes, and we're gonna come to the outside, into a yogi squat. So feet to the outside of the hands. I'm gonna turn towards you so you can see me. Good, I'll let you guys know what you're doing. Rock back and forth, kind of set your feet up. Try to let go in your hips, so let them sink down. It's so hard, right? We're holding on, we're clenching. Try to soften, use your breath as a tool to soften. Rocking side to side, using your elbows maybe to open up your thighs a little bit wider. Try to come with a nice tall spine here. So it's really hard to do here, but try to tuck your tail, right? And lift your spine. Think about having a nice long back, no arch in the lower back. Breathing here. And then either staying here or taking your right hand out in front of your right leg. And taking a nice big twist here, opening up. Try to keep the weight even in your feet. It's very hard not to dump into the right foot. Try to bring some weight back into the left foot as you open your heart a little bit further. Then exhale, come back to center, switch sides. Extend that left arm out in front of your leg. Reach your right arm toward the sky. Take special notice that your right foot isn't coming up off the mat or taking any less weight. Gaze up at your thumb. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Take your elbows into your knees. Take your hands down to your inner ankles. And then one time here for a few breaths, we're just gonna bend forward. Send your hips back. Keep pressing your knees back as the crown of your head pulls you down. Feeling length down your spine. Opening in your hips. 1 more breath. Good. Next inhale, plant your palms out in front of you. Press into your feet to straighten your legs. Bring your feet hips width distance at the top of the mat here. And as you exhale, fold. Let the crown of your head pull you down. You can grab opposite elbows here. You can crisscross your arms behind your legs. Send breath to your lower back. Inhaling here and exhaling. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Interlace your fingers at your lower back. Then start to straighten your arms as you fold back down, stretching your shoulders here. Inhaling here. As you exhale, start to bend into your knees. Try to keep your chest attached to your thighs as you bend and look forward. Pull your heart forward like a skier stance. Exhale, fold it down. Try to stay connected. Thighs to chest. Again, inhale, bend, send your seat back as your heart moves forward. Exhale, take it down. Good, with your crown of your head, pulling your spine down, gently bend into your right knee, take your right shoulder to the inside of that right knee and start to open up to the left here, taking a twist. Keeping your arms clasped, your hands clasped if you can. Opening your heart. And then exhale, come back to center, bend into the left knee, nestle your left shoulder on the inside of the knee, and then open up to the right here. Good. 1 more breath. Exhale, fold it back to center, release your hands, let your arms hang heavy, bend into your knees, press into your feet, tuck your chin, roll all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. As you inhale, take your arms out and up toward the sky. Join them in prayer. And as you exhale, bring that prayer to your heart center. Good. Closing your eyes for a moment. Set an intention for your practice. Right? Suddenly it's like Hanukkah this week. Christmas is coming up. Nobody ever knows what day it is until it's like the day of, right? So just Be present on the mat right now, on this Tuesday morning. Let's warm up here with some sun salutation A's. Really feel your feet pressing into the mat. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms press. Exhale, fold down over straight legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down to chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel that press into the top of your feet like we did in the lunge. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Right, find your rhythm here. It may be with my cues and it may not be, right? It's your practice. I'm just here to guide you. You know your body. You know what you need. Inhale here. Exhale, press into those palms. Send your hips up and back. Inhale here, one more time, fill it up. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Good, this time try it with softened knees when you're standing, right? Just find the difference. Maybe you find some more opening in your front body. So not bent, just softened, opening up your hips. As you inhale, reach up, palms press, maybe reach a little higher. Exhale, that soft bend, fold down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Even here, soften your knees, right? Explore new spaces in your body. Take notice of your feet even in downward facing dog. Are you kind of pressing toward the pinky toe edge, toward the inner edge of your feet, and try to find some evenness there. We all kind of walk one way or another. You can probably tell by how you wear your shoes, right? I tend to roll out, so I always try to kind of pull into the midline. Maybe you do that, maybe you're the opposite, right? But just try to balance out the body. Distribute all the weight evenly. One more time, breathe it in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top. Exhale, fold it down over soft knees. Keep those knees soft as you reach up, rise up, palms press. Gaze is up, extend the front body. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Good, one more time, yogis, show you straight legs or soft legs. Inhale, reach up, palms press. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, breathing. Good, from this downward facing dog, keep your left hand planted in the mat. Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg. Just take a nice twist here. Think about your hips moving back evenly, right? Twisting from the rib cage, not the hips. Inhale here, twist a little bit further, gaze up above your armpit. Exhale, right hand back down, take the twist to the other side. Left hand to the outside of the right leg somewhere where you can make contact and use that contact to twist a little bit deeper. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand returns to downward facing dog. Breathe in here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Hook your thumbs out in front of you with soft knees. Start to reach up, gaze up, arch back. Exhale, bend knees deeper, swing arms, clasp hands, fold down over straight legs. Inhale, hands to the mat. Right foot steps back to the lunge, gazes forward. Left foot steps back, downward facing dog, like finding our rhythm. Inhale, start to roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, gaze ahead. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Squeeze your arms in. Inhale, roll forward to low cobra. Pull your shoulders back. Exhale, push it back, staying low. Seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward to a lunge. Plant your left hand into the mat. Take a nice open twist here. Really think about pulling your right hip back and in. Don't let it flare out to the side. Stay nice and linear here. You reach up, your chest moves away from your thigh. Right? That's what's kind of moving out of the parallel lines of your body. Take your palm to the back of your head, stretch it back a little bit further, opening up that tricep. One more breath. Exhale, right hand down, left foot steps forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook them, reach up, look up, arch back, keep the knees soft. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat, left foot back, lunge, gaze ahead. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward to cobra. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, keep your right hand planted, take that nice twist, really feel your heart opening. Legs are staying parallel, opening your chest away. Bend your elbow, take the palm to the back of your head, twist a little bit further, open up your tricep, stretching from your elbow to your armpit. As you exhale, left hand down, right foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, arch it back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat, right foot steps back to a lunge, listen closely. As you exhale, take your left foot all the way up to three-legged dog. Inhale here, come forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your chest. Exhale, take it back, three-legged dog. Really use your core to move your leg. Inhale, right knee to right elbow, hold it here or take the arm balance, good. One more breath. Inhale, sweep it back up, three-legged dog. Inhale, left knee to right elbow, tap it there, and then extend your leg out to the side, peeling your heart up and toward the sky for a fallen triangle. Notice your feet, press into your feet to lift your hips, open up, chest toward the sky. Exhale, right hand down, left leg sweeps up to the sky. And as you exhale, step your foot in between your hands, coming to a low lunge for a breath, feeling your feet in the mat. And then inhale, rise up to high lunge. Pause. Inhale here, get your nice foundation, right? Take an extra breath to get your feet set up in their own lanes. Nice, even pressure in your feet wherever they're touching the mat. Inhale here. And exhale. Gently bend into your right knee, tuck your tailbone under, feel the length in the front of your right hip. Opening up there, nice tall spine. One more breath. And then as you exhale, press your heel back to straighten that right leg. Twist open to the left. Good. Gazing over your left fingertips behind you, or taking your left hand to the back of your right knee. Reaching up and back, reversing your twist. One more breath here. As you exhale, bring your hands to either side of your front foot. Step back to plank. As you exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward to cobra. Pause here, press those feet into the mat again, the tops of your feet. Pull your heart forward, lift your palms up off the mat, roll your shoulders back, hold. For 3, keep lifting up. 2, 1, palms come to the mat, CT heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge, gaze ahead. Exhale, left foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook them, reach up, look up, arch it back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat, left foot back to a lunge. As you exhale, right foot sweeps up to three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank, hug your knee in toward your chest. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee to right upper arm or elbow, hold it there, or take the arm balance for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take it back up, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee to left elbow, tap it there, extend it out to the side on a diagonal, peel it open to fallen triangle, hold. Press into your feet, open your heart. One more breath. Exhale, left hand down, right leg sweeps all the way back up to three-legged dog. Inhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Pause in low lunge. Feel your footing. Nice strong foundation here. Next inhale, sweep your arms up to high lunge. Beautiful. Holding it here. Square your hips, squeeze the outer hips in. And then gently just take a little bend in your left knee. Feel your tail tuck under. Feel the length in your left front hip here as you reach your heart to the sky. One more breath. Inhale, straighten that left leg back out as you twist to the right. Gazing over your right fingertips or taking your right hand to the back of your left leg, taking the reverse. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale one more time, fill up. Exhale, hands come all the way down. Step back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward to low cobra. Pause here. Lift those palms up off the mat and either stay here or 3 times. Reach forward, pull it back. Try not to let your shoulders creep up to your ears. 2. One more time. Inhale, reach. Keep lifting your heart. Exhale, pull it back. Plant your palms. Push it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward to a lunge. Exhale, right foot forward. Fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch it back. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Good. Hopefully everyone's feeling nice and warm now. Beautiful. Take a breath, close your eyes, reset, right? We've found our rhythm now. We've found our breath. Our body's warm. Beautiful. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Reconnect. And moving on, making sure you're at the top of your mat. Toes and heels are touching. As you inhale, bend your knees deeply. Sink your hips. Rise up to Utkatasana. Good. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center and then take a twist to the right. Really hook your left elbow outside your right thigh. Keep your hands in prayer here. Open up your heart. Try to stack your elbows, right? By pressing your palms. Try to bring your heart to your thumbs. One more breath here. Good. If you've opened your arms, bring them back to prayer. Take your gaze down to the mat in front of you. Take the weight into your right foot and slowly as you can, and like you're in the matrix, try to step your left foot back into a twisted lunge. Good. Readjust yourself. You might want to drop your back knee. Get yourself readjusted. And then press into those toes to lift your left leg off the mat, taking it to this nice twist here. Keep your hands in prayer or open up your arms. You can take the bind. Do what you want to do. We're here for 3 more breaths. Good. A nice option too, if your arms are open, is to take that right arm up overhead, reaching your fingertips forward, opening your heart. One more breath here. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, gaze down, plant your feet, sweep your arms up to high lunge, and then exhale, spin open to warrior 2. I'm sure your right quad is burning here. Good. Give it a few more breaths. Pull your shoulders down, tuck your tail, gazes ahead. Center your torso back over your hips so you're not leaning forward like this. Pretend someone's pulling you back a little bit, nice and strong. Inhale, flip and reverse your warrior. Keep bending into that knee for another breath. And then stay reversed, but start to straighten that front leg. Whew. Keep reaching back. As you inhale, come back to stand, extend your arms side to side, and then reach forward into a nice long triangle here. Hand can come down like under your knee. You can bring your hand to your foot. Our legs are nice and wide here. So again, try to lift your right toes up off the mat. Press into the ball of that your right big toe. Right, evening out the weight, maybe feeling a little extra opening in the inner thigh there. One more breath here. Inhale, press into your feet to come all the way up to stand. Parallel your feet toward the side of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind you, tuck your tail, open your heart here. And then as you exhale, pull yourself forward and down, taking your knuckles up toward the sky first as you move your shoulders away from your ears. And then start to take them overhead toward the floor. Good. Pressing into your feet here. Good, if you're steady here, maybe just gently bend into your knees. See how that feels. And then use your feet to press into the mat to straighten your legs back out, finding evenness in your feet. Again, bend into those knees. And then maybe straighten them back out. One more breath. Next inhale, press into your feet, come all the way back up to stand. Take your right toes toward the front of the mat. Return yourself to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come into extended side angle, your version. So modified with your arm on your thigh here, which can be really nice to find some space. You can take your hand to the outside of your foot, the inside of your foot, you can bind it. Do what you need to do today. If you are in the modified version, think about like your arm is like a rolling pin, like rolling down from your hip crease to your knee, really lengthening that inner thigh. Reaching your left arm up overhead unless you're in the bind. One more breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, release the bind if you have it. Return to warrior two. And then exhale, cartwheel it all the way down. Step back, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, separate jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend your knees deeply. Drop those hips with Uttanasana. We have the other side now, so take a twist to the left. Really take the time to hook that arm to the outside of your leg. You can open up for a breath or just start to take the twist. Think about pulling your heart toward your thumbs. Stacking your elbows, gazes up. One more breath. Inhale here. As you exhale, keep the bind here, but gaze down in front of the mat. Bring the weight to your left foot, and then gently and slowly lift your right foot off the mat and send it all the way back into a twisted lunge. Good, get your footing good. You can drop your back knee to the mat to readjust. And when you're ready, press into your toes there to lift your knee up off the mat, taking into this twisted lunge. Again, you can take the bind. You can open your arms. You can send your left arm up overhead. Do what feels good for you today. Or maybe try something new. Inhale here. Exhale. One more breath. Next inhale, take your left arm behind you, then sweep it up. Come all the way up to high lunge for just a breath. And as you exhale, open it up to warrior two. Pausing there. Inhaling. And exhaling. Next inhale, take it into reverse warrior. Keep the bend deeply in your front knee. Keep reaching it forward as you reach your arm away. One more breath. Then inhale, press into your left foot to straighten your leg. Take this kind of reverse triangle. Opening up. And as you exhale, bring your torso back up. Extend your arms. And then take yourself down into this nice long triangle. Letting your hand land where, like, don't dump the weight into your left hand. So let it land where it's comfortable. Lift your left toes up off the mat. Press into the left big toe mound there. Tuck your left sit bone down towards your heel a little bit. Really feel like your hips are stacked here. One more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, come all the way up. Turn your feet toward the side of the mat. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. You know where we're heading, to goddess pose. Go ahead, same this time. Heels in, toes are out. Take a few versions here. Good, just rock back and forth. Start to feel yourself firmly planted in the mat with your feet. Tuck your tailbone under, start to feel a nice tall spine here. Good, then I want you to bring your left arm to your left thigh. Just take a nice big stretch here. Kim does this one a lot and I love it. Keep your knees moving out as you open up and then tick-tock it to the other side. Reaching, finding your balance. Good, and then a few more times, just take it side to side. Keep your knees opening up, right? One more time to each side. Whew. Take it to the right here. And then inhale, come back to center. We're almost done. Sink your hips, tuck your tailbone, interlace your fingers, pointers toward the sky. Squeeze your ears with your upper arm, sink a little bit lower. Woo. And then inhale, press into your feet, straighten your legs. Return yourself to warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. And this time as you exhale, take it into extended side angle. Good. Breathing here on this side. Beautiful. Really opening up. Peeling your heart toward the side of the room. Gazes forward up over your fingertips. One more breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, hands come down to either side of your front foot. Step back, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees down to the mat. Take a child's pose here. Right? Reset. But try to keep it active. Keep yourself aware of your body. So keep those hips moving back and down. Let them sink down into your heels. Maybe stretch your arms forward. Feel that lengthening. Press your third eye into the mat. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Good. Then staying low, start to crawl your fingers forward. Come onto your forearms. We're going to make our way to a forearm plank. So your feet are like hips width distance or closer, right? Find nice length here so that your heels are stacked right on top of your toes. Tuck your tail under. Arms are parallel. Elbows are under your shoulders. Gaze is ahead. Squeezing into the midline. Hold it here. Inhale here. And exhale. Start to walk your feet in towards your elbows, coming into this forearm dog or dolphin pose. Good. Pausing here. Really press your forearms into the mat. Feel your armpits hollow out and lift as you send your chest back towards your thighs. Good. Keep those legs squeezing into the midline. And from here, come high on your toes. Bend your knees here. Send your chest back a little bit further. Feel your sit bones move toward the sky. And then exhale, drop your heels as you straighten your legs. One more time like that. Bend into your knees. Really feel your hips lift. Exhale, drop your heels. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knees back down toward the mat. Take a break. Breathing. Setting back to child's pose. Good. This is all a setup for arm balances. We're going to work on pincha. So if you're not doing pincha, I will give you options. If you are, just make your way there. So again, we're going to start back off in a nice strong forearm plank. Right? Drop your hips. Nice strong plank here. Strong front body, strong back body. Pressing into your forearms. Gaze is ahead. And then start to walk yourself back into dolphin pose. Beautiful. If you're working on pincha, you can go for it now. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. If you're not, or you're heading in that direction someday, you can try lifting one leg at a time, feeling your heart move back and even taking the bend in that standing knee. Good. Reaching up, finding length and strength. Keep pressing your arms into the mat, lifting your armpits. If you're not in pincha and you want to also try a little core work, you can take your right leg up toward the sky and then bend your knee in towards your chest, kind of like a cat-cow, but in this weird position, right? And then take your gaze between your arms as you extend your leg. 3 times on each side. Using your core to move your leg. Okay, we have about 5 or 8 more breaths wherever you are. Beautiful, guys. Strong shoulders, strong arms. 2 more breaths. And then make your way back down to child's pose. Extend your arms out. And similar to what we did at the beginning of class, it should feel really nice now after we did all that work. Bend your elbows, take the prayer, your hands in prayer, and then take the prayer to the back of your head. Feel your triceps stretching. Inhaling here. And exhaling. Good. Release the prayer back in front of you. And while we're down on the mat, we're going to take frog for like 30 seconds. So you're going to, I think you can see me here. You're going to take your knees out, directly out from your hips from side to side. And then your ankles are going to be directly below your knees. Like make all right angles. Beautiful. So you're going out to the side. I don't know if you can see me. Good. You're gonna come down on your forearms, flex your feet here, good. And then for the first few breaths, just rock your torso back and forth, sending your hips back and then pulling them forward, really feeling your inner knees pressing into the mat or the ground wherever you are. And it's really hard here, but send your hips back. Try to engage your core up towards your sternum, good. Really pull your belly in and up. Feel the inner knees pressing into the mat, and for just a few breaths here, start to pretend to pull your knees into the midline, really activating that inner thigh crease there, right? Like this, the inseam of your yoga pants there, really pulling up through that area. And then as you exhale, start to let it go back down. Good. You can rest your torso on the mat. You can stay on your forearms. Try not to give too much of an arch to your lower back. So if you need to lift yourself up, it's okay, right? I don't want you guys to harm your lower backs. That would be bad. Good. A few more breaths here, and then we'll take a little variation if it's okay on your knees. 2 more breaths. Good. Then from your frog, come back on your forearms here. So just so you can see if you like, I want you to kind of roll onto the top of your right leg as you lift your foot up toward the sky. You're going to be kind of swaying back and forth like you're swimming almost. Just taking that little rotation on the inner thigh there. If it feels good, if it's hurting your knees, never mess with knees. Good. Rolling back and forth, just feeling that opening. It's a hard place to get into, so we try. Good. One more time to each side. And then just take another breath in the center. And then as you start to inhale, start to walk yourself up out of the frog position. If you have to find a graceful way to do that, take a breath in child's pose for just a moment. Inhaling there and exhaling. From your child's pose, press your palms into the mat in front of you, tuck your toes, take it back to downward facing dog. It's probably never felt so good to be here in downward facing dog after a frog, right? Everything feels good after that. Inhaling here and exhaling. From your down dog, take your right leg up toward the sky, 3-legged dog. And yogi's choice here, you can either come into pigeon pose or start to work on your splits. If you're coming into pigeon, your right knee's going behind your right elbow, bringing your shin down to the mat. Good, and then folding over your shin. If you're just working on splits, try to sweep your leg through your hands, keep your core engaged, and take it out in front of you. Good. Take a moment here, wherever you are, to square your hips off. So pull your right hip back, either in pigeon or splits. Square your torso a little bit more forward. Inhale here to open your heart in either position, and then exhale, fold down over nice, straight, strong legs. Breathing. Good. Keep your toes pointed toward the sky. Really engage your leg here for just a moment, right? And then maybe try to point your front foot if you're in splits and see how that feels. If you're in pigeon, don't start to move your foot. Keep your foot flexed to protect your knee. Inhaling here and exhaling. Beautiful. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, bring your torso back up. If you're not all the way down in splits, start to scoot your right shin into pigeon pose. So we're all in pigeon unless you're all the way down in splits. I can't do pigeon on my right leg, so I'm going to show you from splits. Good. So everyone should have their hips down on the mat. And then we're just going to take a little thigh stretch on the left. So just bend your left leg. If you're in pigeon, you can do this too. And then just start to take your heel in towards your seat. Keep squaring your heart forward here. You can take it into mermaid by taking your foot into your elbow crease. Do what feels good. Keep extending the front of your body here. Inhaling, feeling the opening. And as you exhale, release the foot. Tuck your left toes under. If you're in pigeon, step back to downward facing dog or take a vinyasa. If you're in split still, start to pull your leg back and up to 3-legged dog. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhale, left leg up toward the sky. And as you exhale, bring yourself into pigeon or into the full splits, or working toward the full splits wherever you are. Right, keeping that front leg nice and active. Keep it engaged. Maybe micro bending that front knee if you're in splits will help keep the leg engaged all the way out. Right, find some space in the hips. Breathing here, take a second to square your hips and then fold down wherever you are. Maybe if you're in splits, point your toe, flex your toe, just feel the difference. Feel what you need today. Beautiful, ladies. 2 more breaths here. Really take advantage of the weight of your torso to pull yourself forward. Extend your leg a little bit straighter if you're in split, or go deeper into your left hip if you're in pigeon. Inhale here. Good. Next exhale, start to bring your torso back up. Unless you're all the way down in splits, I want you to move your left leg into pigeon by bending your knee, bringing it out in front of you. You may have to tuck it in a little bit more for balance here. Good, and we'll take a little thigh stretch. So take your right arm behind you, grab the inside of your right foot, and start to pull your heel in towards your seat. Good, as much as you can, and keep your torso square to the front of the room. Tuck your tailbone, protect your back. 1 more breath here. As you exhale, release the bind, plant your palms, step it back to downward facing dog. Take the vinyasa if you'd like. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, bring your knees down to the mat. Hips width distance apart. We're going to take 3 camel poses as your back bends today. If you really are craving wheel, you can take that now, but we're going to try camel today to mix it up. So I want your thighs nice and strong and straight up toward the sky, right? Nice and perpendicular to the mat. Tuck your tail under. Feel like you're squeezing a block, and if you have a block, it's kind of a nice thing to do. Squeeze it in between your thighs to keep your legs active and protect your back. Start to press your waist down as you lift your heart toward the sky, opening your heart. And either stay here as you continue to pull your heart up toward the sky like a string is being pulled up, or start to take your hands back to your feet. You can tuck your toes if you have less room today, or on the first one, or you can leave your feet flat. Keep pulling your thighs forward as you lift your heart up, open your heart. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, just take it down to child's pose for a breath. Breathe in. Next inhale, come back up on your knees. You can either repeat what you just did and hold it, taking it a little bit deeper. If your toes were tucked, maybe try flattening your feet to the mat. But either way, you're going to press your waist down to open your heart. Feel like a nice long front body here as you take your hands behind you to your heels. Good. Keep pulling your hips forward. If your hands are on your heels, you can also start to walk them up towards your knee creases here, pressing into the knee creases as you lift a little bit higher with your heart. 1 more breath. Exhale, take it back down to child's pose. 2 breaths here. You can sway your hips out, rock your third eye side to side. And then last time, yogi's choice. Keep those legs active though. Keep squeezing that either real or imaginary block. Tuck your tail under. You can repeat any of the ones that we did before, or you can also start to take like 1 arm back at a time, right? Keep exploring, but keep those hips moving forward as you do it. And then come back forward and switch arms. Reaching up, pressing your hips forward. Maybe taking both arms back, squeezing into the midline. And then as you exhale, come back down to child's pose, pausing there. Beautiful. Come back up to seated. It wouldn't be one of our classes without a nice straddle stretch. So open your legs out wide to the sides here. Good. Bring your hands behind you. Press your palms into the mat to lift your heart, open your front body. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands out in front of you. Think about like a nice long front body here, right? So it's as long as your back body, a nice straight spine as long as you can. Come down onto your forearms. Keep your heels pressing into the mat and then play around again here. Point your toes, flex your feet. See what feels good, right? Come forward. Keep pressing your hips back. Maybe press, like rock a little bit, see where the different weight comes in when you kind of rock back on your hips and then forward a little bit. Right? Inhale here. And then exhale, walk your hands back up. Left hand comes to the inside of your left inner leg, palm is to the sky. Really press into that arm to lift your right arm up toward the sky, plant your right sit bone down to the mat. And as you exhale, let your arm fall over you in this nice big arch towards your toes. They may or may not make it there, right? If they make it there, start to twist your heart toward the sky. And again, this time, take notice of your right foot. Start to point your right toes and feel your right leg pulling away from the center line, away from your torso, opening up maybe a little bit deeper. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, just twist your torso down over your left leg, taking a more sort of symmetrical fold here. Again, keep pressing that right leg down and away from you as you fold in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back up to center. Switch sides, right hand to the inside of the right leg. Really use the pressure of that arm to press down and lift up, find space in the side body here. And then take it over your head toward your toes. Keep your left sit bone grounded down, right? You may be here, but really take notice of the sit bone staying down. Opening your heart toward the side and then toward the sky. Point those left toes, reach them away. Feel the lengthening on the inseam of your leg, all the way up to the groin. And then as you exhale, just twist your torso down over your right leg. Take a nice symmetrical fold here. Think about your heart coming right over your thigh. Point those left toes, keep that leg active. One more breath. Inhale, come all the way back up to center. Hands come behind your thighs. Soles of your feet come together. Good, scoot your torso in towards your heels here. Hold onto your ankles to lift your spine. Press your legs open. And then as you exhale, fold it down. Don't follow me because I can't do it right now, but I want you to get that nice opening. Really use, again, like feel like your arms are rolling pins, rolling your inner thighs open a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, pressing away. Keep your core engaged. One more breath. On your next inhale, come all the way back up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Roll yourself all the way down. Let's take a quick shoulder stand. Always nice to stand upside down, reversing your energy, reversing the stretch, reversing the blood flow. Either taking waterfall or shoulder stand. Hands come to your lower back. Fingers are pointing up toward the sky. Palms are spread nice and wide, taking up lots of space on your lower back. Tuck your tail up toward your heels. Squeeze your legs into the midline here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, let your toes fall behind your head, coming into plow pose. Take a breath here, release your hands if your toes are down. And then as you exhale, bend your knees to either side of your head. Give your ears a little hug here, Karnapidasana. Really feel your legs heavy, opening your lower back. And then release your hands if down the mat in front of you. Roll yourself all the way down. Good. Feel like someone has a string tied to your big toes and they're pulling them all the way forward in like this nice big rainbow arc, right? Keep like pulling them forward, forward, forward as you take them down. Shimmy your elbows in towards your hips. Press into your forearms to lift your heart, drop your head back. Take a fish pose for a breath or two. And then make your way into Shavasana unless there's any other pose that you feel like you need to complete your practice, right? And when you get to Shavasana, just be. Good, let your feet flop out. Take a moment, even in Shavasana, to shrug your shoulders up and then open your collarbone to the side, right? Pretend like you're almost like your neck is lengthening, like you're a turtle coming out of the shell as you pull your shoulders down into the mat and then let go. Start to deepen your breath as you reawaken your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Gently rock your head side to side. And as you're ready, take a really big inhale. Reach your arms up overhead as you stretch your feet in the opposite direction. Even point those toes, really reach away. And as you exhale, gather your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Pausing there with your eyes gently closed. And as you're ready, making your way back up to a seated position. Nice tall spine, right? Keeping your eyes closed, keeping ourselves turned inward for these last few moments. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears, roll them back. I love this check-in at the end of class, at the end of a practice, really taking notice of all this extra space in our bodies and our minds and our hearts. And really appreciating this time that we've taken to create that so that we can use it and share it as we move through our day. We'll close together with Loka Samasta, taking a deep inhale together. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands together at heart center. Gently bow your chin in towards your chest. Taking this final moments together to just really thank yourself. Appreciate this time. Celebrate yourself and know that the true teacher lies right within you. Bringing your prayer to your third eye. Sealing it all in. Bowing forward together. Namaste.